Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles in the humble kingdom of Dragonstone, where it is currently snowing over our kingdom. Specifically over our kingdom. It seems like it's snowing in a square over the land that our kingdom covers, so that's a little bit strange. An exact square, but whatever. It's always nice. The ground is all nice and white and you can make snowmen and igloos and stuff and wonder what sort of strange artificial world you live in, where the ocean stretches forever in all directions but sometimes occasionally spawns Vikings out of nothingness. Anyway, last episode we were building this big wall out to try and protect this section here, bring it into the kingdom, and then start filling it in with houses and farms and all the usual stuff. So we're using the forest and the stone that we have out here to give us the materials we need to build the wall, and it's going pretty well. We've got loads of people, loads of spare materials. It's all going pretty nicely. So we'll be continuing with that, but also there is another project I would like to be getting on with. Let's just order a couple more things here to keep everybody busy. Quite a large area here that we're going to have to fill in with piers, so that's going to take a while. I'll extend the walls out as well. Get that tower built. And that's all good. We've got a stockpile here, storing all the materials, ready to deliver it straight to the walls. It's all going very well. But over here is this very neat little island. And I want to build a giant fort on it. So I'm going to do that. First of all, we need to chop down all the trees. Clear out our canvas upon which we can paint our stone. Ignore that. That did not make sense. But yeah, this is gonna... It's so fiddly. I wish you could, like, select a whole bunch and order it chopped, but you have to go through every single tree and order it. And the poor peasants are gonna have to walk for years and then swim for more years to get to here and chop down the trees. At the moment, there's nobody idle, so no one's gonna be getting on with that immediately, but we'll speed up time and let people finish the jobs they're currently working on. We could build some roads out and stuff, and a bridge and that sort of thing. Depends on the design we want, though, because I sort of want it to be like this to be the middle point. And so having roads, you'd have to have, I guess, two roads going up, and that might not look very nice. Then again, if you do like a double bridge thing, then they sort of join up, and that might look okay. We have a dragon attacking. It's a little one, so we should be alright. You never have to worry about those. You can just... get back to whatever you're doing. But here we go, our first woodcutters are making the dangerous journey to the distant island. Oh, they've all drowned. They've all drowned. I do like that, when it rains, the entire ocean rises slightly. Which seems to be the source of when you see all water in the cracks in the earth, though at the moment you can't, so I don't know whether that's not happened yet, or whether that's been changed, but you'd see it all build up, because the idea is that the entire water level rises, and then there's certain dips in the ground. There we go, so it's quite a clever system, really, because it's not that puddles are forming, it's that the water is rising slowly and steadily, so that in the lower parts of the ground, the water now shows like puddles have formed. Very neat system. But it does mean that anything that's in the water, like piers currently under construction, or people swimming through the sea, stay at the same height, and the water just consumes them. And they just have to hold their breath for the entire swim. There we go, the water level is dropping, and the people are once again emerging from the sea. But here we go, they are starting to annihilate the forest around here. Also, we need to build a rock removal over here. Get rid of that. But yeah, I'm thinking that we just have like a solid block of castle in the middle. And then there's going to be some cool stuff with like gates, making cool connecting sections on the outside. That's what I'm thinking. And so to make sure everything is even, I'm going to build a pier here. Might end up building quite a few piers just to expand it out to the sort of size that I'm thinking, because this is slightly small for the design I was looking for. Probably want to expand this out as well. One step at a time, though. Oh wow, this is all barren, apart from this bit here, which is lovely for growing. So this is, apart from this section, this is a prime candidate for just building some towers on, because there's nothing much else that is worth having here. Gonna take a while for them to get on with that, but we can start with the first bits of castle in the meantime. So that'll be nice, we'll just build them up in the middle. We'll get it to 2 high to start at least. That'll keep everyone busy for quite a while. And there's already at triple speed. But yeah, people are going to have some trouble getting here. The swimming is going to be difficult. So I think I will build a temporary bridge across at the very least. So, town, bridge, and we can't because of course we have to build roads up to here. So we'll build some roads. Let me see. We'll just fill this whole... Well, that's still bridge. I need road. There we go. I'm just going to build a whole bunch of roads across this whole landscape for the moment, and then I'm going to get rid of a bunch of them later. We'll just have them for the moment. Bring this around to here. Connect up to there. And now we can have our bridge running across, which will immediately allow people to cross, so that's all fine. A lot of things are burning down right now. And I was expecting seeing all the forests and quarries that would be out in the new place that I've built that I haven't put wells in. But no, it's right here. Where's the nearest well? Actually, oh, to be fair, it's a bit of a way away. It's over here. Unless one of these was a well. Forester, quarry, quarry, quarry. Right, let's rebuild them and then we'll build a well nearby. So, forester here. And then quarries here, here, and here. And then, as for a well, we'll just build it right there. So, we'll hang around and wait for someone to chop that down. Got a bunch of people free right now. People dying of starvation. Ooh, food is not looking as good as it used to. We only added 2 houses. What happened to it? We're about to get a harvest, so let's see how it's looking once that's over. Because it might end up going back up to really good numbers again. If it gets back up to 1,500, then maybe we're fine. Yep, it's easily got to that, and it's continuing. Nearly up to 1,600, not quite. Not much loss to exposure, so we are struggling a little bit more than we used to be, but we have a Viking attack, and it is from a weird direction. And there's also a strange wind rushing sound. And it's really annoying. And it's gone. Oh, it was back for a second there. Ah, it's the one that comes from suddenly moving the camera really quickly. For some reason, it just decided I was constantly swinging the camera around all over the place. Also, we've got houses on fire again. That's going to be a pain. But yeah, weird direction to attack from. Not sure how we're going to fare here. Could go very wrong. Let's get our soldiers to the front line, ready to defend any breaches that may be formed, because I think there will be some. And our main army, did I select it? I don't know. Yes, I did. It's hard to tell sometimes. You can get to here. Go to there. That'll get you to somewhere along the length of the wall as quickly as possible. All the towers are fully manned, so there's not much else we can do apart from see how we go. People dying of starvation again, but it does seem like food's okay. It went a little bit low for a while, but it didn't go down to nothing. Houses may have run out of food, though. May not have been getting to where it needed to go. Oh, there goes a manor. This is the worst time for this to happen. I'll clear this out and order a new one. The other one seems to... Yeah, the fire's gone out on that one at the very least. So we'll put that one in there. It's going to make people even more unhappy than they're already going to be once this attack is over. Well, it seems like none of them are like getting out of their boats and trying to take out walls, which means we're just having a field day here. They're just lining up to be annihilated by our turrets, so... Looks like we're doing okay. I was expecting them to... They do need land to land on, that's the problem. Because I was expecting them to just, like, get out of their boats where they were and start attacking the walls. But, of course, there's nowhere for them to stand, so they don't. They just keep sailing. And looking for somewhere to land, and they never find it, because it's solid walls all the way around. They have to go miles in either direction to get to land, and they will not possibly get that far before the towers have them. So, we're fine. And the army's arrived. Just in time to find out they're not needed. Well, that's all good. If we keep building this wall all the way around, we will be completely safe. But that won't be fair, so I will give them a way of having a chance a bit later on. But for now, we'll just carry on building this out like this. Weird choice of direction for them to attack from, really. I'm not sure what the reasoning was. Usually it makes a lot of sense. They really favoured this direction. Makes sense, a lot of landing ground. Gates to get through, but over there it's like, what's the logic? It's a solid wall for miles. Oh, a couple of boats over here still going. Oh, but the last ones are sinking all at once. Oh, that one tried to sort of go through a wall, but it failed, and it sunk. And that attack is over. Awesome. Back to what we were doing. Seems like they're attacking every 25 minutes, really, so we're okay for this episode to go a little bit longer than normal. This looks like a bone. Like the classic comical style of it. Yeah, this bridge doesn't really look like what I'm looking for. Why is this not... Oh, of course, you have to press the button. It doesn't even make sense anymore. The button used to cost something, but now it doesn't. So why not just have it so you can instantly press it? Anyway, I will... It's nice to have a bit sticking out the front, but at the same time it doesn't fit my plan, because I was going to do things a certain way. So I'm going to have a couple of piers here. Actually, I sort of wish... Oh, I can't build moats, can't I? I don't know how they work. Let's experiment with it. This could go wrong. I think it just turns the ground into water. I don't know if you can then turn it back into land, though. I would sort of like this to stay, because it is useful as farmland in future. If one day we have to turn the entire region into farms and houses to be as efficient as possible, then again, I think we have more farmland than we need, ultimately. There's lots of really good land over here, so let's go for it, because I think that's what I want, isn't it? To have moats here and here. And also here, and actually here in the end, so we'll demolish this again. Fast forward so people can be getting on with the work, and we'll continue ordering extra castle blocks around here. Basically just putting in the foundations at the moment. Later on it's going to be a lot taller. In fact, let's start with that. Let's get this up to 4 in the middle. And I don't know how far... like how high we want it to go. It's not going to be as high as the Tower of Babel. Nothing's quite so crazy as that. I only built that comically high so that it would have the crazy archer range that I was looking for. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. They like slowly build it in. That's neat. And then I want to see if I can demolish this once it's done. So we'll keep an eye on them. Does it look different than normal land? Nope. Just looks like it's normal, but yep, there is a moat, and I can order it demolished, so it will turn back into the land that it was before, I think, so that'll be fine. Taking people a while to get here, but wow, look at the waves of people coming in with stone. All at once to get a new wave of walls built, probably. Yeah, there we go. As soon as they arrive, they go up to like the next sort of stage. Yeah, we want a couple more piers out here. How far back can this go if I wanted it to go back? It can go back another 3, actually, so that's not bad. I may extend it a couple of tiles back later on. We'll wait till these piers at the front are built, and then we've got the land properly even, and we can order it all at once. Could be difficult for people to get around because I'm putting all this stuff in the way, which means that they have to swim to get to everywhere. Whatever, it should be fine. It's already looking a little bit cool. Sort of like it's not quite a pyramid because it's not a point. It's a what would the shape be called? Would it be a prism? Not a prism. Is it a prism? What am I thinking? It's been a long time since I've learned my 3D shapes. So I forget exactly the term, but I think it's a triangular prism, but it's a bit flat, so not a proper one, really. Either way, it'll be a completely different thing later with lots of towers sticking up and all that. Once they've actually managed to get to the top of all the things. In the meantime, actually, nobody's free at the moment. Everyone is working on that project, so maybe we should build more houses before we order too much more work. But for that, we'll need more farms, I think. I think we're close to the edge of what our food supply can deal with. Oh yeah, we lost, like, no food to exposure last year, so it's all being used. I think there may have been a storm. Oh, and also there's a couple of dead farmers. That's the thing. As soon as you have people working non-stop on construction, people dying of old age don't get replaced, and suddenly across the entire kingdom you start losing efficiency in all sorts of different areas. Let's send our armies back to the front line now. I think it's safe to do that. And this guy over here. Did we select him? Not a clue. Someone's been ordered to the front. Is he on the move? He is. Awesome. Oops. Let's check happiness. How is that looking? Ooh, these ones down here are not happy. Why? No food. Also, dragon. Where are you? Over here. Small one. All good. I'm going to fix this by putting in a new market, because I think that is where the problem is coming from. So I'm going to just build 4 piers here, build a market on those. But we also need more farms. I think that's become clear, so it's a case of where to build them. Precisely. I know there's a lot of good land around here. It's very patchy though, it's really annoying. Really fertile land next to barren land, it's a bit of a mess. Let's get some rock removals around here so that we can get more a more complete view of what we're working on. Couple over there as well. Might as well remove all remaining rocks that exist. Get that all covered. There's a lot of them over here though. Maybe not all at once. Oh, he's flying around our new fortress. It's not ready yet. This could go really badly. I'll have to find somewhere to build a well, won't I? So that this thing doesn't burn down all the time. But it looks like this stuff here is done. Still nobody's free though, so I need to leave it for a while so that people can fill in old jobs properly. Yep, more farms, more houses, that's what we need. If that wasn't there, I'd totally turn this into another block of farms. I just extend the block that we already have. Good land out here, but it's a bit far from where everything is, really. I'm not sure how to do this. We don't quite have the land inside our protection yet, fully. Not that that stopped us before. This would have been a better one to get for farming because it's just super awesome farming land constantly, every single tile. And maybe just build something out here, seeing as this is a bit out the way of the trees and things. Of course, it's gone to winter, so I can't see properly. We'll let it get back to spring. Right, I can get a good look at this. So, immediately, no problem with building this road out to here. Fill this in. Probably want to move this road out, really. Pick a different part for it to move on. But yeah, there's a lot of good land here. Let's start chopping down a couple of these. Cut this back and make a bit more space for a road, that sort of thing. Definitely patchy, especially here. Overall not terrible, though. Definitely will provide us with a decent amount of food. Getting it to where it needs to go, though. Sort of forgot about that. That's going to be a nightmare because we don't have any houses over here yet, so the food will have to be delivered a million miles to get to where it needs to go. So maybe we should look for somewhere closer. Maybe we should work on this area a bit more. I know I have been stricken with indecisiveness. Now the kingdom is doomed. Clear a bit of stuff over here. This is somewhere we can farm. Once this stuff is out of the way, there is a lot of room here. Even though we've got this iron mine in the middle, we can still fit a bunch of farms around here without a problem. Here we go. We can start completing these. And this one here. In a second, this one will be done. Let's cut back the trees a bit over here as well, just to get a better lay of the land. There we go. Annoyingly, it's all good land around this iron deposit. Do we need it? That's another question. We currently have plenty of iron. I think the iron supply might be dropping, but it's still massive. There's another iron deposit over there, and another one over there. So we could end up using those instead, though those are also good farming land, so it's a bit awkward. The land falls apart as soon as you get to, like, over here. So I'm thinking a road right here would be good. And then where to put the windmills and stuff. Again, it's winter, and I can't see a thing. Food's going well, though. That is higher than it used to be. So perhaps we just had a bad harvest when I was looking at it last. Yeah, I might actually just get rid of this and then... Oh, a fire. Why you always do this to me? Right, how's a nice way to line up the roads for future planning and such? Difficult to say. One right out here would make sense, just to line it with everything else we've got so far, but it leaves a huge open block. Is that a problem? Possibly not. And this is all terrible land right here, so sure, we'll do that. Chop this here. And then we can actually build the road, because we're not allowed to right now. Until we can properly connect it up to something else. I will help from the other direction by building a couple of piers over here. And then, come on guys. There we go. Bring this down to here. Oh, I can just get rid of this road and have even more farms filling this whole thing. So I think I'll do that. Clear this all out. Oh wow, this land really is terrible. We'll start building the farms and see where it gets us. Everywhere we're allowed to. And of course a tree's gone and grown over here. We will wait for that to be dealt with. There we go. And over here and in here. And yeah, it completely breaks down at this end of it. Oh, too far from the roads. We'll have to build the roads over here, won't we? Alright, for now, we'll do the gate thing again. Just so we've got a bit of defense over here still. So, roads straight through here to here. And then build ourselves a gate right there. And that will allow us to build our farms over here. Can't build in that particular square right there, though, apparently, so that's annoying. Oh, now we can, or is it just I'm not ordering anything anymore? Right, how to build the windmills. Food, windmill. One there should not be a problem because it's not like we're doing anything with that land anyway. Oh, and there's the harvest. Let me see. This is currently providing a bonus of 18. Let's have this rotated properly. We'll have them all facing the same way. Now I sort of wish they were all pointing outwards instead, seeing as I'm now making this a super long bit of land. So yeah, this is making 18. If we build this here, it'll be 15. That is still worth it. And this will be doing 15. So I think that makes sense to have. Demolish that. Put another windmill in here. So that's doing 15. Don't want to have anything overlapping here because it would not be worth it. But we can totally build one there because why not? Land's not doing anything else. But that is the one square we can't build in. So that's awkward. What I'll do is I'll just extend this road out an extra square for the moment. And that'll... Whoops, that's a granary. Might be good to have one around, to be fair. Build that there. Could build another one here. It'd be another bonus of 15. That is worth it. Wouldn't be worth it here, though. Not here either. There, 12. Debatable. This is currently making 10, so... It's better than a normal farm, but that's because we haven't finished putting all the windmills in yet. One here would be fantastic. There was a comment the episode before last about windmill placement that was quite nice. Was it the episode before then? I lose track. But yeah, it went into a lot of detail about this particular set of farms here. And it turns out that I was very close to perfect. I think I can only get something like 6 or 8 more food. And that's by including this here. Quite a clever one he came up with. Unfortunately, I've forgotten it, so I cannot copy it at the moment. But we've got another fire over here. I bet that's going to go. Also, I remember this burned down recently and I forgot about it. It was like between episodes I spotted it. Oh, they managed to put the fire out over here. Very nice. But yeah, making the windmills line up in a perfect way is a nightmare because every single section of field is different unless it's just a perfect rectangle of equally fertile land, which it's never going to be. So you have to make it slapdash and messy and all line up weird. Let me see. One there would be nice. One there that we could get away with. I think that is still better than alternatives. This one's probably going to be a fairly long way from being a perfect thing, because the bigger it is, the more you've got to think about as you're adding in all the extra windmills. I think that's fairly good. I don't think we want to add in any more than that. It's all a bit of a nightmare, but that's fine. And then we'll build a whole bunch of granaries over here, because they definitely need some extra help now with the harvest. Then a large granary here, because we've got the room for it. And let's put a well in as close to everything as we can, because that's a nice way to not die. There we go, one right there. That should be good. Coverage all over the shop. That's looking nice. How's our fortress doing? All the current work is finished. That's very nice. What I'm going to do is order this stuff here, just so that we're keeping everything lined up nicely. But for the moment, I will leave that. We'll order a little bit more work over here, just so that this is ready for the coming Viking attack, because it won't be long now. And we will finish right about there. Also need to demolish this, because of course there's more fires happening all the time. Still got some people free, 17 people. Let's give them a bit of work to do by putting in another strip of quarries. Not quarries, the opposite. Piers, yes, the exact opposite of quarries. Oh, and I forgot about this. Let's quickly put that in before I forget. And hopefully this will help with the food supply in these particular houses here. We shall have to keep an eye on how our food stocks do. Should be a lot better now. And we'll be able to build more houses. But that is all I have time for today. So I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching. And I shall see you next time.